Messenger Bag, and Heidi Vanderlee. Well, thanks, you guys. Sure. How do you feel about that?
That's pretty good.
You feel
That's
okay?
That's good.
That was awesome. You're the best.
Thank you.
Well, hi everybody. Welcome to the Ukulele Army, and this week my guest is Miss Heidi Vanderlee. Focus on Heidi. So Messenger Bag and Alyssa agreed to help us out because this song is by Fucked Up, and there's like a lot of people in Fucked Up, and Heidi and I were trying to play it, just she and I, we were like, we're not getting the essence of this song. So these guys were so awesome and gave us a little support there. So
thanks, guys.
Whee!
Thank you.
All right, so let's find out about Heidi Vanderlee, a fascinating person.
Says you.
Heidi books all the music on the Chris Gethard show, right, Heidi?
Sure do.
With some friends. Who else helps you with that?
Zane Van Dusen and Carrie Oliver, who are amazing. They were actually my really good friends even before the show. Before I was involved.
And how did you guys know each other?
So Kiri and I were booking a lot of shows as part of like a feminist collective called Permanent Wave, and Zane was in one of the bands that we booked called Mind Troll, which is an awesome band.
Mind Troll has played on the Chris Gethard show.
Yep. And Zane was like, hey, I got asked to do this thing, and like you guys are really good at booking shows and know a lot of bands, and I can't do it all by myself, so will you help me? And we were like he was trying to sell us on it. We were like,
had you ever seen the show before?
No. And he like took us to a Whole Foods and was like, guys, he was just like super excited about it, and we like love him, so we were like, okay, let's like maybe see what this is about. How
did he describe it to you? If you had never seen the show before, like how did he try to sell you on it?
God, he was like, it's the best thing ever. It's really weird. He's like, it's super funny. Like I think it's amazing. And like Zane's kind of like, Zane will tell you if he doesn't like something. He's very particular, you know? So he just like was so enthusiastic about it that it was crazy. So
you guys booked the bands, and what do you like? And now the show has kind of become known for having great music on, and that's because of the work that you guys do. So I don't know, has it gotten easier over time to get the bands that you want? Like, what's that process been like?
It's definitely gotten easier. Like when we first started, we were like, oh my god, like, because we knew a lot of bands, but we just like didn't know who would be like fun enough or like be down to like, you know, come up to a studio in sort of like Nowheresville, Manhattan, and like bring all their stuff, because you know there's no backline. So like every band that plays on the show,
that means we have no actual gear for bands to play on, like, which would be standard at like a club that they were going to play at.
Right.
But when they come to play on a Gethard show, they have to bring kind of like everything.
And we were at first, we were like starting, like we were getting like zip cars and driving people because we had to basically be like, please come here. And now it's really not like that anymore. I mean, we definitely book bands like, you know, ranging from like super well known to like, you know, bands that just apply to play. But it's definitely been easier. Like people know what the Chris Gethard show is, which is really fun for us. I mean, because we don't have to like work as hard. I'm just kidding.
But tell me about that part with bands applying to play. Like, how many bands do you get asking to be on the show?
A lot. We have an email address that just goes to me, Zane, and Kiri, and we do listen to absolutely everything. There's a lot of bands that apply, and like, we found some really good stuff. Like, there's a band coming up in a couple weeks that, like, it's a surprise, of course, but they applied, and I didn't know who they were before.
So who's your favorite band that's come on the show that you didn't know before, that you just like got an email from them and were like, oh, let me check this out, and we're like, whoa, we have to have them on the show?
Oh my god, I mean, that's hard to say. I feel like it wasn't really someone that I found particularly, but like I know that Electric Monday were like just a chance. Like they didn't exactly apply to be on the show, but I know that like Zane and Chris just saw them play one night, and was like, oh my god, this is the coolest band ever. And then when we saw them, I was like, that is the coolest band ever.
They were hilarious. Electric Monday was by far, to me, the band that showed up that felt like it was the most far away from like our world.
Totally.
But because they were doing something that was so wildly different, it almost like it did make sense, because it was just so, they were just doing their own thing. And then those are some of the guys that just came back and played with Pink and Blue, the rap group, right?
Musical guests that, and like I can't take credit at all for Electric Monday or Dolchnikov Brigade, but like two bands that previously performed on our show got to know each other because of the show and formed another band, which is pretty cool.
So that started to happen, where there's like whole bands that wouldn't exist if the Chris Gethard show didn't bring them together.
Totally.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So who's been your favorite musical guest?
I mean, to be honest, we just played their songs.
Yeah. Yeah. Fucked Up was pretty incredible, right? We were just talking about this, about Fucked Up was so good that they were actually just given the show. Chris just handed them the show. Although then Alex/Messenger Bag then pointed out that it was also because that show wasn't going well. But I think Chris knew that he could just like give them the show and that they would go to town.
Right, and that's what's the most fun, is like when a band clearly like gets what's going on. Because there have been a couple awkward examples where it's just like, oh, they're kind of weirded out by what's happening right now. Sorry guys, like. But in general, like, I mean, it's hard for me to pick a musical guest that's my favorite, because I have fun every week. But like, Fucked Up were like one of those bands that when we started the show, I wouldn't have even been like, oh, we can ask Fucked Up. That was like not a thing. That was not a thing I thought we could have done.
Holy shit, Orlando!
Say another song, come on.
Orlando wants to know. I don't know if you guys are down.
All right.
I don't know.
Want to do another one?
Yeah!
Let's do another one.
Do you have any fun catastrophes to tell us about?
When the musical guest just didn't show up. I mean,
oh, that's happened a couple times.
Not to me.
Yeah.
But I don't. When we were at the firehouse, when we were filming in the firehouse, a certain two members of a certain rap group that I actually love, like whose mixtapes, like I'm obsessed. I don't know if I want to like trash talk.
Yeah, you don't trash talk. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, there was a band that I'm pretty into too that had to cancel. Yeah.
But they didn't really cancel. They just kind of didn't come, and they.
But you guys ended up coming with a really cool. You came up with a really cool solution, right? What happened that night?
No, well, what happened was they had asked two other musical guests, or they had asked Kitty Pryde to come and like be their like hype girl or whatever, and like dance around with them. And Kitty Pryde brought Clute. And then when they didn't show up, Kitty Pryde and Clute performed, which was really cool.
And he just sat in a chair uncomfortable and amazing.
And he was basically just like fucking white people. Like everyone was like, woo! That was weird and really stressful, and I think I was pretty angry at the time, but like now it's funny. And like thank God Kitty Pryde is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
because she was just like, yeah, she's awesome. She was just like, whatever, I'll do it. Like I've got my laptop. Like, so that was terrifying, but you know, it worked out.
Yeah,
it worked out.
Do you have a favorite episode, aside from music? Do you have an episode that was particularly fun to be at or meant a lot to you?
God, that's really hard. I mean, the first episode I ever came to was definitely one of my favorites, which was Checking In with Alyssa. That was the first episode I ever came to, and I felt like it was such a good episode for me to come to because it just like, it summed up the show so well. Like, you know, like we're all about making this one person super happy. Like we don't care if everyone else is confused about that.
Yeah.
Like that's cool. Or one really cool moment was when we had the glory hole episode.
Uh-huh.
And
that was
like,
a fun episode.
it was fun because we had it was fun because there was a glory hole. I mean, you know,
and glory holes are
super fun. Take it from us. Ew, sorry. But what was cool about that was that we had like 2 people from like, you know, SNL on the show who were just totally like whatever.
Yeah, we had Adie Bryant and Vanessa Bayer on
and neither of them,
that was great.
And neither of them even questioned what we were asking them to do. We were like, can you go put your lips in there and like a random...
Such good sports. I couldn't believe what good sports they were.
Yeah, they were like, this is totally cool. And also nobody really, I mean, people cared that they were there, but the episode wasn't like, let's do like, you know, one of your bits, like from SNL. No, there's nothing like that, you know? It was just like, these people are here hanging out on the panel like everyone else.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Do you have a dream band that you want to get on the show?
I mean, yeah. Well, they almost happened. They haven't been on yet. The Dismemberment Plan. It almost happened. Like timing just didn't work out, but the Dismemberment Plan I think would just be like they are. I mean, Chris just did like a little thing with like Travis Morrison from. They're just one of my favorite bands of all time.
They would blow it out.
They would.
That would be great.
They're a super dance party. The other dream I have is getting either Paul Westerberg or Tommy Stinson on the show.
Oh. Do you know anyone that knows them?
I know someone. Tommy Stinson
from the Replacements.
From the Replacements. Tommy Stinson lives in upstate New York. So, and apparently he's pretty nice. So
these are all encouraging things. A convenient commute, a kindly gentleman. This could happen.
Yo, Tommy Stinson.
Yeah, yo.
And then the only other person I would have. I mean, Hole, but you know.
Oh my God!
Courtney
I never
Love.
even thought about that. Courtney Love.
Courtney Love would totally do it. I think Courtney Love, public access. The possibilities are endless. Like, did you know that I had one week where I had like an insanely inflated ego and like emailed all these crazy people, and a lot of them actually responded.
Like who? Who was the craziest?
Like Bruce Springsteen.
Responded.
Their publicist responded, yeah.
To say like, so sorry, you
like
can't
no,
make it, but you got a response from Bruce's man.
And I even had like a back and forth with Morrissey's people, which was really funny.
Oh man.
I don't know what was wrong with me that week. I was feeling very confident.
Well, Heidi Vanderlee, you are a delight. Thank you so much for playing cello. Can you believe she's a musician? And actually, you know what? Tell us a little bit about your bands because that's fun. Heidi's come and played on the show with Mal Bloom, right?
Yeah.
And with
Lita.
Lita.
Yeah. So I play with Mal, which is super fun. And then, I mean, obviously I love her, but then my band Lita. We just finished recording an album, which is crazy. And I'm in that band with Amy Klein, who used to be in Titus Andronicus. So she's a force of nature. I'm very honored to be in a band with her. And Kiri, who books music with me.
And Kiri Oliver, one of the other music bookers. And she's come on the show also with her other band.
Did she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, with Claire's Diary.
With Claire's Diary.
Yeah, with Claire's Diary.
And Zane's been on the show a million times.
Zane's in 4 bands.
Our music bookers are also all incredibly talented musicians. I think that's what makes you good at what you do because you actually play and you're out there and you're meeting bands and you see what's good, and then you're able to kind of like handpick stuff that fits the show.
That's really nice.
Yeah, you guys do an awesome job. Well, thank you, and thanks again to Alyssa and to Alex, Messenger Bag, who played so awesome on that song, and thanks to Fucked Up for writing an awesome song. Thanks to those Fuck Ups for writing a song that we could then fuck up. Yeah, thanks Heidi.
Thank you.
Yay!